All right, well, this is good for now. This isn't going anywhere for now. Yeah, that looks all right. That looks just fine. It's funny, I had already gone out back in the PV Mart there out to the compound and looked to see what they had, and I didn't see anything in there that I would want or need. And so I didn't plan to go back out there yesterday, but then I don't know what it was. I just felt like I needed to go back out there. There was no reason I could think of why I should need to, but I did feel that way. So I went back out there, and then there was all these tarps that I certainly didn't. I got some bricks there. There's a pile of bricks in the woods back there, so I got some bricks. You can see there's a tear in this tarp up here. Otherwise, it's not too bad a shape, really. That's torn there, though. You can see. Not much I can do about that, unfortunately. Maybe we could put a small tarp over top of it or something. I don't know. I'm not going to worry about it right now. The main thing is that it's all covered up again. So there can be no more damage done for now with water and whatnot. But anyway, I go back and here this tarp is laying there on a pallet. So I went back into the store and I asked one of the workers in there about it. And he said he didn't know. He said, I didn't even know there were any tarps back there. So he said, I'll get a manager. So then he paged the manager. And the manager come and I told him that I was wanting to get a price on a tarp back there. And the manager, he says, well, what tarp? He said, there aren't any tarps back there. And I said, well, yes. I said, there's a skid back there, and it's got one big white tarp on it that I'm interested in, and it's got a few smaller silver tarps as well, or gray tarps. Anyway, he says, well, okay, you have to take me back and show me, because I don't know, he said. And so I took him back, and I showed him, and he said, oh, they must have just put these here, because he said, I had no idea they were here. Anyway, he said, would you pay $10 for it? And I said, I would, yes. He said, all right, you got a deal. 10 bucks and it's yours. So that's what he did. He went up to the front and he told the cashier that I was buying the tarp for $10. And that was it anyway. Yeah. But I wasn't going to go back there again. I had already been back there and I had no reason to think that there was any reason to go back again. But I just felt like I needed to go back there again. And it was a little annoying, really. But I've learned when I get these sorts of feelings, I should always act on them, because I end up regretting it if I don't. And I end up missing out on something, or I end up getting into some kind of trouble, or I end up in some situation I shouldn't be in, or whatever, you know. So I've learned to listen when I have that feeling. And anyway, it ends up that there you have it. I remember one time years ago, I was, oh, that's all torn apart there, okay. All right. I remember one time years ago, I was asked by a friend to check on her house. She was away. She'd gone down into the United States, and she was away for about a month. She'd asked me just to come by every so often and check on her house, and I agreed to. Anyway, I went out one time and checked on her house, and I went all through the house and everything, and there was a little attic area there where her young daughter had her bedroom. The whole upstairs attic was the young daughter's bedroom. And I went up there, but I just poked my head up, basically, and I didn't go right in. And anyway, oh no, I didn't go up there. I didn't go up there because I thought, well, there'd be no reason to go up there, so I didn't. Yeah, but I just checked the downstairs of the house. It was like a single-story house. It was actually an old schoolhouse that had been turned into a house. And there was an attic area that the daughter stayed in. that was her room, but I didn't go up there because I thought, well, why would I go up there? Anyway, it ended up, I got up there, I get in my car, I drive all the way back into town. It was probably about 8 miles to get back into town. Would have been like 8 miles to get back into town. I get back into town, and I couldn't get rid of this feeling that I needed to go back out there and check the house again. And I thought, well, that's crazy. I was just out there and checked it. There's no problems. But I just couldn't get over the feeling I needed to check the house again. So I go out.